Here's the story all about how I went from almost deleting this video to fixing my art block, drawing SpongeBob characters as Avengers, and doing 188 drawings in 25 minutes. But how? Well, I made a video about it, but there was a curse on me or something because you would not believe what happened to me. So I was scrolling through Instagram instead of doing whatever it was that I was supposed to be doing, and I saw an ad for a free pose tool called Figurosity. And I checked it out, and it turns out it was made by a bunch of aliens. I used the free version to help me draw, and I liked it so much, I reached out to the guy who runs the website, Mr.
James Butler.
And I asked him if he wanted to sponsor one of my videos. Now, usually, when a brand decides to sponsor one of your videos, they have a list of demands and like a script for you to follow.
Back to work!
Not Mr. James Butler, not Figurosity. He basically said, make whatever kind of video you want to make, I trust you. The only problem was, I had art block. Now, we've all heard of writer's block, sunblock, Jenny. But I had art block, which basically means your hands refuse to make anything beautiful for you. I spent a while trying to get out of my art block, but all I could manage was a couple of half-hearted Danny DeVitos and this unlawful chunk. So I did what any human would do when there is work to be done. I procrastinated. I made several memes about art block and posted them to Instagram, and days went by and I couldn't bring myself to draw anything. Now this is where I started to panic at the disco. Not only did I have art block for my art video, but it was sponsored as well. And not only that, it was Figurosity, the one who put their trust in me to make whatever kind of video I wanted. I feel like disappointing James is like disappointing my grandma, and believe me, I have a lot of experience in doing that.
Small muscle. I wonder what else is small.
It was at this point that my cucumber was thoroughly saturated in the brine of my mistakes. I was in a pickle. So I decided to use Figurosity's quick pose tool to maybe cure my art block. Now, is that what the quick pose tool was made for? No. Do I care? No. Did it work? Well, we'll find out. If anything could get me out of this art block fiasco, it would be this quick pose tool, because it forces you to draw. What is the quick pose tool? Well, it's a thing that cycles through poses and gives you a time limit for each one. So you can set the time limit from 15 seconds up to like 5 minutes or something, and you can choose between male or female, which angles that you want, the skin that you want. You can choose the light source and get really specific. And when you hit that go button, there are over 1.5 million options that it'll choose from. And even when it's super narrowed down to the most specific request that you can do, there are still over 6,000 different poses that it'll pull from. So I decided to set it for 15 seconds with the smooth skin and street level view, and my goal was to do 100. Now for my fellow math nerds, that's 100 drawings in 25 minutes. Now if anything was gonna get me out of this art block, it was this. I finally mustered up the courage to start recording, and you would not believe what happened. Basically, everything that could have went wrong, went wrong. So I was recording from 3 things. 1, I was recording my screen so you could see me messing around on Figurosity. 2, I was recording with my microphone. 3, I was recording with my phone so you could get my hands drawing stuff, right? Well, first thing that happened was that this giant industrial fan turned on. Now, this particular fan is super loud, and it's built into the building, so I can't turn it off. It just goes on and off whenever it wants to. So either I have to time it right, like now, when it's not on, or I just push through it. So I just decided to record anyway. I thought, hey, my microphone will sound better than my phone anyway. It won't be that bad. Remember that. So I draw these poses. I end up doing 188. Instead of just 100 because I'm intimidating and you don't want to mess with me. So I get done recording and I go to check all the different things that I recorded, and I look at the screen recording, and I go, uh-oh. It is so zoomed in you can't tell what's going on. It's unusable. Well, at least I have good sound and good drawings, right? Well, I listened to the audio from the microphone and it sounded like a Flash game from 2002. And if you weren't around for 2002 Flash games,
You're a maniac!
the sound is great. Now I'm just praying that the audio on my phone was able to overcome the fan. Nope. Obviously, at this point, I was feeling amazing, ecstatic, full of energy, elated. I decided to take 5, as they say in show business. And that's where you go to the bathroom, pull your hair out, scream into the trash can, and then come back all calm and collected like the professional you are, right? Well, it turns out my break was a lot less of a break than I thought, because in my frustration, I splashed a bunch of soapy water all over myself, specifically in my front area. Now, for those of you who don't know, I work in an office building with other businesses. So when you come out of the bathroom looking like this, the only thing you can go do is, "Hey, Bill. Oh, yeah. Pissed myself. How are your day?"
I don't know many people from Delaware.
Thank you.
Then you gotta walk around with shame on your pants, in your pants. I shamed my pants. So I went back to my office, shut the door, relieved that I left that 2 pounds of cringe sitting there with Mr. Bill. Then I realized I'm basically down to whatever my phone recorded. But whatever, I'm Andrew Bosch. I can make this work. I started to edit my video, and I realized that I didn't check to make sure that my sketchbook was in frame. So for part of the video, all you see is the top of my sketchbook and like some of my hair, because my head was in the way. So I'm like, okay, I have like half the footage from my phone, nothing from my microphone, and nothing from my screen. But you know what? I'm gonna make this work. I go through the footage and I'm like, at least the little bit that I do have, it's probably really good, right? Man, it was so incoherent. It was like I was just mumbling to myself. None of it made any sense. It was like a crazy person talking to himself. So at this point, it was like, I don't know, very late at night. I was very frustrated, tired, hungry, cranky, and quite frankly, I needed a hug. That night, I had a dream. I had a dream that I was trying to make this video, and I kept having art block, nothing worked, and then I started crying. In the dream, I was actually crying. Like, I don't know if I was actually crying in my sleep or not, but it felt very real. So of course, I woke up fresh, full of energy, ready to start my day and tackle this fun project that was awaiting me. I was drowning in a pool of my own despair that I had created for myself. So I sat down, started drawing, and of all the things, the most unbelievable thing happened to me this second day when I started drawing. I was inspired. I started drawing, and it was actually good drawing. I don't know what happened. It was like the muscle memory kicked in from all those 188 drawings. It was like my hands were moving, and my brain was like just watching me. I was like, whoa, you're really good at drawing. And my hands were like, shut up, I got work to do. It was like a cork had been released. It was like Figurosity had popped my art block pimple. Like, I was constipated, and Figurosity came in with a laxative, and then I just started spraying everybody like a fire hose. I thought I was doomed. I cried in my sleep, and then the muscle memory from the quick poses took over. So thank you, Figurosity, for kicking my ass. Quick pose tool is tough, but it did the trick. I think it doesn't let your brain think about things. You only have 15 seconds to draw a person, so you just draw, and your brain doesn't have time to even think about it. So how much is Figurosity? It's free. Please do me a favor, go check out their website, mess around with the tools. James did a really good job with this site. It really helps. My favorite part, you can spin the character 360. So once you find a good pose that you like, you can draw it from every different angle. So this is great, like if you're doing a comic book or something, you're drawing the character like that, you can draw it, from that angle too. in another panel. Bless you, man. They even have dog and horse poses, too. Bet you didn't see that one coming. Nay, didn't. Nay, didn't. It's a horse joke, Linda. Just know that Figurosity is a reference site, so you can use Figurosity to help you nail down your pose. You just can't take their thing and sell it as a pose. You know what I'm talking about? Can I post my drawing and then post the Figurosity pose next to it to show? Yeah, you can. You can post it all you want. Just don't sell it as your own pose. Basically, just don't steal their business. But yeah, use it for art all you want. See how Figurosity can help you take your art to the next level. That sounded like a good catchphrase thing. Figurosity, you better pay me double. You're not paying me for that. Last thing before I go, I want to say how much I appreciate working with James Butler. It doesn't feel like working for a big corporation. It feels like working for a cool guy that I met on the side of the road selling corn. And believe me, his corn is great. You should try it. So go to Figurosity.com, mess around with his site. It helps. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go make another video because I am inspired. I'm back.